The air hung thick with the aroma of stale beer and weed. Empty cans littered the coffee table, casualties of a long night spent worshipping at the altar of Black Sabbath. Thor, a man who wore his love for stoner metal like a badge of honor, long hair, bushy beard and a permanent haze about him, slumped on the couch. His head lolled back, a guttural snore escaping his lips. Another beer slipped from his grasp, splashing onto the floor. He didn't stir. Sleep, heavy and dreamless, had claimed him. He dreamt. A swirling vortex of colors, harsh and unforgiving. They assaulted his senses, a kaleidoscope of pain. He felt himself falling, tumbling into an abyss that reeked of sulfur and decay. The air, thick and hot, scorched his lungs. His stomach churned, a primal fear gripping his heart. This was no ordinary dream. This was something far more sinister. This was hell. He awoke with a gasp, the stench of brimstone stinging his nostrils. Gone was the comforting familiarity of his living room. In its place, a landscape from his worst nightmares. Jagged obsidian mountains clawed at the blood-red sky. Rivers of molten lava flowed through the scorched earth, illuminating the grotesque figures that stalked the plains. Demons, their eyes burning with malevolent glee, turned towards him. He was trapped. Oh man, this can't be real. Memories, vivid and terrifying, flooded his mind. Bad trips fueled by potent acid and magic mushrooms now served as a horrifying guidebook to this infernal realm. He remembered the feeling of being watched, the paranoia that twisted reality into grotesque shapes. He recalled the fear, the overwhelming certainty that he was losing his mind. But this was no hallucination. This was real. The ground trembled beneath him, the sound of demonic laughter echoing through the desolate landscape. He had to escape. Drawing on the fragmented wisdom of his past trips, he sought solace in the chaos. He had learned to navigate the labyrinthine corridors of his own mind, to confront the demons that lurked within. Now he would use that same resilience to survive this hellscape. Focus, breathe, just breathe. Each step was an act of defiance, a refusal to succumb to the terror that threatened to consume him. He recalled the importance of grounding, of finding an anchor in the storm. He focused on his breath, on the rhythm of his heart, clinging to the last vestiges of his sanity. The demons closed in, their claws outstretched, their eyes burning with unholy hunger. Not today, you bastards. A figure wreathed in shadow and flame emerged from the throng of demons, Satan. His eyes, burning embers of hate, locked onto Thor. A cruel smile spread across his face, revealing rows of razor-sharp teeth.
Welcome to your eternal damnation.
He held aloft a sword forged in the heart of a dying star, its blade pulsing with malevolent energy. The battle was joined. Thor, fueled by adrenaline and a primal will to survive, met Satan's fury with surprising ferocity. The clash of their blades echoed across the wasteland, a symphony of death and defiance. He fought like a man possessed, driven by a desperate hope that he could escape this nightmare. Their blades met in a final earth-shattering clash. Thor, summoning the last reserves of his strength, disarmed the devil. He plunged his sword deep into Satan's chest. The air crackled with energy as the devil let out a deafening roar, his form dissolving into ash and smoke. Thor stood victorious, his body battered and bruised, but his spirit unbroken. He awoke with a gasp, the remnants of the nightmare clinging to him like a shroud. The familiar scent of stale beer and weed filled his nostrils. He was home. He reached for a beer, his hand trembling, and took a long, slow swig. Relief washed over him, followed by a wave of exhaustion. He had stared into the abyss and emerged victorious. He packed a bowl, lit it, and inhaled deeply. He was home, and for now that was all that mattered.